Good day, everybody. I'm Shmee, and well, I'm doing my best to make progress. I mean, it's been taking me anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes to change zones with occasional disconnects, but I'm sure I'm literally the only person that this is happening to. So I figured I'd take a break and do a quick recording for everybody because this Minion build has blown wide open. So if you could all please go ahead and drop a like if you're enjoying it, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button as well. My build originally used Skeletal Mage instead of Summon Wraith because you barely had enough mana to sustain Bone Curse, let alone Summoned Wraiths. That let you stack all damage on your gear, but now minions scale very differently. And with the 1.0 patch, well, I mean, it also made enemies quite a bit tougher. It feels like they do a little bit more damage on average. It's been evened out, but they seem to have quite a bit more health. And because the enemies are a lot tougher, it's a lot harder to keep your minions alive. Well, that brings up a pretty big problem for the build. So I'd rather be using Summon Wraith instead of getting the Death Knight Skeletal Mages, but we just didn't have the mana to sustain it. We'd have to convert the permanent Wraiths. That means we only get 2. And while I'd prefer Wraiths over Death Knights, I'd rather have 5 Death Knights instead of 2 Wraiths. Except now that our Death Knights are dying, I'm struggling hard to keep them alive and realized I needed a bunch of mana, and if I was going to have to stack a bunch of mana, well, I might as well use Summon Wraith. Then I ended up starting stacking a bunch of increased minion health to try to compensate and lost damage, so either way, not good. So I ended up thinking about it, and the first change that I made to the build was trading out Summon Skeletal Mage for Summon Wraith. I had to get more mana, which I did, focused quite a bit on mana regeneration, but oh well. And then I started thinking, the minions are all great now. You can directly scale their damage a lot. In fact, you can scale their damage so much that they don't really need support. Bone Curse was doing pretty much nothing because I wasn't getting any increases to my own damage. I was focusing all on the minions. The only reason I was still using Bone Curse was so that it would summon Skeletal Vanguards and apply Marked for Death. Well, you can get the Skeletal Vanguards from the Necromancer passive tree, and you can also get Marked for Death from idols. So what if we dropped Bone Curse? Apparently 23 minions was good, so 31 is a whole lot better. And this build has never felt so powerful. I really just made a couple of small changes to the base tree, focusing more on toughness, and I do have to focus a lot more on mana for my gearing now, but my oh my is this the true Queen of the Undead build. I'm going to go ahead and toss up the most recent passive tree and skill specializations, but it's pretty much the exact same build. The only difference is you swap out Bone Curse, swap in Summon Wraith, and then you do have to seek out quite a bit of mana and mana regeneration as priority stats on your gear. But sadly, for now, I am going to put her on the shelf. The server issues have gotten pretty nasty, and we're just coming up on Friday afternoon, going into the launch weekend, so I'm going to go ahead and flip to an offline character to play for a couple days until the servers get more stable. The good news with that is that I get to start a whole new story with a whole new build that I know nothing about, and a skill that is really cool, and it was just added in the last patch. So I'll be posting a theory crafting video on that build before I start playing it. It should be up soon, most likely today or tomorrow. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, take care, everybody.